What up, yo? Welcome back to another episode of SGDS, Same Goals, Different Struggles. I am your host, AJ. I got my brother back with me today, man. What up, CJ?
What's going on, man? You back in here.
Nothing, man. Life, bro. Before I get started, hey, if you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button and the like button so we can get more engagements and get this shit started. Thank you for the 500 subscribers that I did get. You know, we is working on growing the channel. So we got a lot we could talk about, bro. We starting early. Hey, it is flitching though, bro. If you want me to be honest, I just seen it flitch, but it's straight now. I'll just let you know.
It looked weird.
No, I told you what it looked like, but all right. So look, I'm gonna first like before we get started, we go ahead and get started. Before we even got on live, I was asking CJ because we always talking about people going and never being in a space, and they said they sent some people out to some astronauts out into space during Biden's term, and apparently they went to go rescue them. CJ, I like to get your input on this because we always talking about you always telling me that they ain't never sent nobody no motherfucking where, but what's your intake on this? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, in the last few weeks, this is the first time I ever heard about that anybody even being out of space. But I knew Elon was sending shit up in the sky and it was exploding, but apparently this time the shit didn't explode. I don't know how that shit works. I'll let you take the floor with that one, dog.
This is how this is how these people this is how they operate. And I think they don't I don't think that they understand that people are not some people. Who the fuck did this? Hold on. I think they don't understand that people are not stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they do think people are stupid. So first of all, they say they sending somebody to get two people that's out, and I've heard them being stranded out of space and all this other type of shit. I heard that. They say they sending. They was on a call with these people, saying they sending people to come pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
It's two astronauts out of space on this call.
It's two astronauts and it's a lady. Is the lady an astronaut too, or
If they're going out of space, they got to be astronaut, right?
I don't know? Cause all
You
right,
don't just
no,
send a
okay.
random motherfucker with two astronauts
So
out of
we
space.
got three astronauts on the it was two late. I seen two white lady. I mean two white males and I guess I'll just say black woman. Is from what I seen. I don't know. Did you see something else?
They listen to what I'm saying. I want y'all in the clip. Some tricks to these people. They're on a call from Earth to so-called outer space, having a conversation with two astronauts that's supposed to be trapped in outer space. Right? There's a third person there.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? Somebody please tell me. There's supposed to be two lonely individuals trapped in outer space.
Are you asking where the third person came from, or you just?
Why is the third? How is the third person there if it's only two people supposed to be out of space?
But I always thought they sent three people, and I'm only going back off. This might sound weird and stupid, but remember on that episode in Family Matters when they sent Steve Urkel up there with two astronauts, but he was the third person. I'm thinking of it in that mindset. That's why I say they always send three. But I don't know, because like I said, I didn't even know nobody was up there. Like, that's what I didn't know that.
Listen to what I'm saying. They saying we have two astronauts trapped out of space,
Mm-hmm.
but you have three people that you're talking to that's supposed to be out of space.
Is that even but that's that. Let me ask you this though. Is that even? Can you be out of space for that long? Is that even possible without dying?
Not if it's possible. Agent, that's stupid. They're telling us they got 2 people out of space, but it's 3 people on the ship.
So what you think is going on there?
So you're telling me the other third person can come back? The third person is just there.
So you think it's just like a game they playing and just that they just
they've been doing this shit since forever. They tell you one thing, think you're supposed to just fall for that shit and just be like, oh man, I'm looking at 3 people, but they telling me it's 2 people out stranded out of space. That shit don't make any sense. If it's 3 people, if we talking to 3 people, look, me and you, right? We on this brother. We talking to them out of space from Skype or whatever kind of platform they're using to talk to them, right? How the it's not 2 people that's stuck in, it's 3. But you're saying it's 2. That don't make sense. It is just this third motherfucker just up there chilling. They don't come back home. Like it don't make sense. It's a lie. I think it's all over this bullshit. I think they know it's bullshit. I think they don't understand that people aren't as stupid as they used to be. I'm not gonna say it's stupid. I don't think that they understand that people are hip to the game. And I don't want people gonna say, well, how you know it's not out of space? How do you know that it is?
You know, everybody's gonna say that they reportedly they're gonna say that science tells you this.
How? Because from what I understand, science has to be conducted, right? So if I conduct the science, I can tell you anything. They also tell you that milk is good for strong bones. Science told us that. The people who go and do research and make these documentaries have proven with the studies that that's not true. The food that we eat, they tell you see what I'm saying? Like the science has told us plenty of shit.
Do you feel like
people out here who debunk all of this stuff?
Do you feel like the people that are in control of the world use science as a myth to control what's going on? Because everything's related back to science. Like with DNA, everything they use is reported back to science.
No, I actually think that I think DNA and all that type of shit. I think that is. I think they convert what they want to convert when it's not beneficial. If it's gonna make money. See, DNA, if you checking for somebody's DNA and all that type of shit, like that's beneficial because that helps lock people up. That helps, you know what I'm saying, find it helps in a different type of way. But when we talking about like food, engineering food and
but aren't they using science? But
all this type of shit, the science is curved.
Ain't they using science at like when you say food, like to remake the food in these laboratories?
Well, they're using science just to tell you that this food does this, and they don't. But in order for them to keep selling this food, because all this shit go hand in hand. The USDA, Big Pharma, all these people go hand in hand in one. They work together. They have to. You sell them bullshit food, they get sick. They get sick. We sell them bullshit medicine. It's just a never ending cycle of money. So when you watch documentaries like What the Health and Fed Up and
let me ask you this real quick then. As a black man, right? And I'm just speaking on this. And I'm only speaking on this because I'm black, but I'm only speaking on this because black males already have a hard time going to the doctor, right?
They don't have a hard time going, they just don't go.
What's the okay then, but I'm saying That's what I mean by a hard time. It's like you just don't go. But the reason I'm saying they don't go, do you feel like they know that it's bullshit, or they just scared to find out what's really going on? Because I think about all the information you just said about how they use this cycle as repeat and recycle. It's like, what's the point of even fucking going sometimes?
The point of going is to understand what you're dealing with. That's the point of going. If you go to the doctor and say, hey, you got cancer. All right, boom. Now you know what you're dealing with.
But when you got a doctor say me that says you could take these things, these herbs and stuff like this, and to heal these type of things without going to the doctor, it makes you question it. Then.
No, it don't make you question it. You go find out what you're dealing with, then you go find your natural herbalist or whatever, and then you take care of the problem.
I see that then. But
you just don't go.
But
how you supposed to know what's going on if you don't go?
Every doctor don't know a problem. And I can only say that because with my surgery, right, when I had the blockage, bro, I had this shit going on since you know me, since I was a baby. They never they never, from all the stuff, like all the times I did the checkups and shit, nobody would know. So they had to you never know what's really going on inside of you until really you have you could have a bad situation going on, and even the doctors are missing. So it's a tricky situation.
It's really not tricky, man. It's you go. The doctor's gonna go off a theory. This is how they train. This is what they do when they go to medical school. The motherfuckers ain't going to heal nothing. They don't heal people.
And they go off a theory. I mean by tricky, you're not gonna. I can only speak for me. I'm not gonna put my trust into somebody, and I'm supposed to really put my trust in somebody thinking that they're gonna tell me the right information. It's just I don't know. It's hard for me. Man.
Well, they can't tell you the wrong information. Well, they can, but they won't tell you the wrong information unless they take a chance of being. You taking a chance of being sued every day.
Like how many times have a person said they had to go get a second opinion on something because this doctor said
something? That's right, but that's the purpose of the second opinion. If you go one spot, you don't like what they're telling you, go get a second opinion. It's not wrong to do that. One doctor may say this, another doctor may say that. All right, you got a ballpark of a frame of what you're dealing with. Then you go and use food to heal yourself. Basically, how it works.
What if somebody don't have the natural resources to get the food that they need, or they don't have the money to get the certain type of food that they need?
That's bullshit.
God damn. Come on, bro.
That's bullshit. How you not have the money to get food?
Everybody's situation is different, bro. People struggling,
bro.
And everybody don't have the. All right, bro. Let's keep. Everybody don't have the natural resources. Not the natural resources. Everybody don't take the time to do the research that they need, like you have, to know that okay, this is bad for my body. And yes, it's an excuse because we should take the time to figure out what's being put in our body. But a lot of people who actually really takes the time to do it though? Except for a person like you though. I mean, it's a few of us that do.
Let me ask you something. Motherfuckers research shit that don't even have nothing to do with it.
That's true.
So why wouldn't you take if you go to the doctor says you got an ailment, why wouldn't you go and look up how to fix the ailment? It only makes sense. Like I know drug addicts or drug users. Let's not say addicts. Let's say I know drug users. Mm-hmm. They'll research everything about this drug that they're about to take.
That's real.
And they getting this from the prescriber. They don't research the nigga that just sold it to them outside the house. They don't research none of that. They ain't dropping it in no chemicals, making sure it's the right shit. But if they get a pill bottle, now I need to see what this is for. So that excuse that shit don't make sense. You can't It's all kind of information out here, but you want to just you can heal yourself just by eating food. Food heals all. Now, is there some bad food out here? Yes, it's terrible food out here. But you still got places on this in America where you can go get natural grapes and fruit and vegetables and seeds and stuff like that. It's still places.
Okay, so that leads me into my next question then. How do you feel about what's going on with the tariffs then? Like, how you feel about the economy then? Since you feel like people can do that, how you feel like where's the economy going? Because from when I'm watching CNN and NBC, the supposedly these are the numbers that I think 56% of people say that the economy is going in the wrong direction. From numbers of last month and everything, how do you feel about that?
Bro, the economy been fucked up.
Well, I don't want to just say. I mean, you got gas price going down, and everybody say eggs went down a little bit. But what else could be? What you say the economy still fucked up? What's fucked
No,
up?
I said it's been fucked
No,
up.
I know. I said it's still fucked up. That's what I mean.
I don't think it's actually getting better.
What do you see getting better then?
Shit, everything. You got your gas going down, the eggs are going down. They working on it. Ain't gonna happen overnight.
Agreed.
The shit didn't get fucked up overnight. Well, technically it did, but it didn't get fucked up overnight.
I just keep hearing that these tariffs are bad things for the economy. I don't know if that's just people.
Why would it be a bad thing for the economy?
Because I guess from what I've been researching or what I've been hearing, and from the little clips I be seeing from Earn Your Leisure and shit. You see the economy, you get a lot of investments from the United States stock market gets a lot of their investment from out of countries. With these tariffs now, apparently stuff ain't going right. You putting all these tariffs on different countries and you making bad relationships with them. I guess you're bankruptcy. You could I guess he's trying to bankruptcy Canada, which I don't believe in. I don't think that's gonna happen. But they're saying that it's gonna be bad long term for the country. I think it'll be good for the country long term because you're gonna bring. He just want. I feel like what Trump is trying to do is just have us spend more money in U.S. But what people don't understand is when we do the tariff. So like, say if I wanted to purchase a bulk of just like Leatherman jackets. That shit. When I order this shit, I'm gonna pay the people overseas, pay China, but then I gotta pay a tariff to get that shit over here. So
Right.
really, it's best for me to invest in a manufacturer that's in state than out of state. I mean,
Right.
out the country. My bad. Out the country. My apology.
Right.
But everybody don't think like that though. I guess.
Well, that's because that's because people are they've been comfortable for the last 60, 70 years doing it the way they've been doing it. So it's some type of comfortability there. But I mean, change comes. I mean, it's always a change. See, what people don't understand, this is how it was happening before. The way he's trying to do it is the way it was happening before the Great Depression.
See, that's crazy because they said this led to the Great Depression.
No, the switch led to the Great Depression.
The switch what? The tariffs from the tariffs.
Everything was getting manufactured in America. You got to think we're doing too many exports and imports back then before World War II. Is that two? Yeah.
So you
weren't doing too many trading goods and all that type of shit back then. Everything was being made in the USA. When that switch happened, that it fucked the economy up, right? But eventually it leveled off. So yes, it's gonna fuck the economy up, but eventually it'll level off.
Do you see it getting? Do you see the economy going as bad as it did in '08?
Uh, nah, because we're not in the war.
See, that's the thing. We're not in the war now, but do you
I
see
don't
the
even think we're gonna go to war. I don't think.
You don't think we'll go to war with China?
Nah, I don't think. I don't think that. I don't think we're gonna go. If it is,
Because
it's not gonna
we
be. It's not
also.
gonna be a physical war.
So you
So
don't
they
think we'll
lost
go to
the
a?
money.
What about a civil war?
A civil war.
Yeah.
That's a war between countries. Between the countries. Why would we do that?
I mean, it could lead to. I don't know what it might lead to. It could lead to a civil war. Or it could lead to us battling China.
It's
I
too.
don't see
It's
us
too many.
battling Russia, but I do see us going. We could end up going to church. I only reason I say that because I think I sent you the clip of the ex sniper, the dude with the dreads, and him just telling like how the U.S. Army would lose right now. If we ever went to war with China.
Right, but it's not gonna. You're never gonna have a physical. The United States will never be fighting in a physical war.
You mean again or
Yeah, I just said that. They'll never be
why?
fighting
Why you feel like that?
because it's no reason to do it. All superpowers know there's no reason to fight a physical war at this point in time. And
Depending on who is benefited though. War equals more money for them.
but nobody's gonna fight a physical war anymore. You lose. You lose too many people, and then the economy gets fucked up. So they're trying to avoid
But when
that.
are they? Like you just said, it's already messed up. So like, when are they? When do
Now,
they?
when you go to war, the economy gets. That's why the housing market and shit was so fucked up in '08. But they went to war. Well, when they went to war, and what was that? '04?
What was it at then? At 8%?
I don't know. That shit was pretty high though.
Cause it's at 6% now. So it ain't like it's just like a huge.
It ain't gonna go. It's gonna drop down a little bit more. Probably about five,
You
3.
think it's gonna drop down to 5?
I know it is. And when they do, I'm going to buy me a goddamn house. Yeah,
I want to
it's
see.
gonna drop down about 5, maybe.
When you see
Ain't gonna
that
get no lower than that.
in the next what?
Probably a year and a half or so.
I don't know, bro. I
I
got
tell
what you base. What are you basing it off of then?
you just based it off of history. All you gotta do is pay attention to history. History tell you everything that's gonna happen before it happens. And then a lot of this shit is already written. It's already written how they want it to be set up. Like I don't know people gonna look at this and be like, man, this motherfucker talking crazy or whatever, but it's already written. Donald Trump being in office again was already.
Do you feel like he'll be the last president? Because I've also heard that rumor of him being the last president.
It was already written.
What you mean
He the
on
last
that part?
president.
That's
Last
him.
president.
So you believe that?
Yeah.
So what do you believe is gonna happen after that?
After what?
You believe he's just gonna be in office until he
Yeah.
passes?
I don't think we're gonna have another election after this in 4 years. We're not gonna have another election. It's the last election we ever had.
Why?
America is gonna implode. It's facts.
It's gonna what, bro? Say,
It's
repeat
gonna
yourself.
America is gonna implode. It's gonna destroy itself from inside out.
You
China.
feel like,
That's why I say we're not gonna go to war.
so what
This
you feel
country,
like we're gonna kill each other out?
yeah, they're not gonna kill each other out, but this country is gonna tear itself up, just like Rome, all that other shit. It's gonna implode.
Are you basing that off what the plane
History,
crashes?
huh?
What are you basing it off of? And why
History.
now? Why?
Uh, I think it's time. I think uh, the time frame is here. When you look at If you look at Rome, how long Rome lasted before it imploded? Um, what's the other? Was it Greece? I think it's Greece.
So if all that happens, right, where do you see the future helps? Like, what do you see happen in the future?
What you mean as far as the country though?
Yeah, like if after all that, like what do you feel like is about to happen?
We're gonna fall into a dark age. It's not gonna be where it's not gonna be like what people be thinking. Like shit's just gonna be doomsday and people gonna be running around in the streets with their head chopped off and all that other type of shit. That's not. It's just gonna be a. It's gonna be a different environment. It's gonna be a different world. Not world because we don't live in the whole world, but it's gonna be a different. Uh, it's gonna be a different society. I have dreams about this stuff all the time too.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out what makes you even feel that way.
Because I have dreams about this stuff. I've been having dreams about a lot of this stuff a long time ago. You just gotta watch. You just watch the landscape of how everything is shaping.
Do you watch that? What's that show that's on Hulu that everybody's talking about?
Talking about Paradise.
Do you watch that?
I already watched it. Yeah, it's a pretty dope show.
Is that one of your theories too?
Nah, I don't think. If that, I think that would have been happening, honestly. But I'm be honest with you. This is what I honestly believe. I just heard some shit about because I keep okay. So everybody know the little drums coming out of the ocean and all that type of shit, right?
I ain't really seen no more lately though.
Right, you ain't seen them, but you've
Not,
heard
not
it,
like we was like not like it was for like some months. Like every week you just seen one. Now I don't hear about it like that.
right? So but you heard of it.
Hmm?
Everybody's so what I think is this whole space excavation shit that they got going on. Where they keep talking about where we're going out of space, going out of space. I don't believe that. I think they're just trying to get away from what's in that water.
What do you feel like?
I think they've been fucking with something up under there that they had no business fucking with. And now that they done that, that thing is coming to it's coming to see what's going on and why y'all been fucking with it. And then that's what the drones and all that type of shit for, because they understand what it is. They know what it is. They just ain't said it.
So let me ask you this: do you believe that the rocket ships, they when they pee off, they just land out in Antarctica?
You said what?
You know, like, cause I've heard this theory of when that, like, the rocket ships. You know how like when they go up into the air, you always see them curve off, like they like hit a curve and they just start tilting to like the left or something.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they just landed in Antarctica somewhere? So that's
Uh, nah, I don't know what the fuck they do. I think they're just shooting shit up there to try to see like what's really up there. But they know it ain't that up there. There's nothing up there.
so. What's this theory of them trying to get to Mars to create a new civilization?
Uh, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe none of this shit. I think the folks just be talking. I
So,
think they just be talking because you got to prove it.
I mean, they say they got stuff. I don't know, bro. You feel like they just?
We know objects can go in the sky. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to prove it. Like you got to prove that. All right, what we're doing is they just showing you little funny videos and clips of shit, but y'all ain't proved nothing. And then you look, you got to make it make sense, bro. Y'all say y'all went to the moon in the 70s, 60s, 68. Now, oh, we no longer have the technology to get there. Like, come on, bro. You watch the moon landing. Watch the moon landing today. Like watching it as a kid, you don't know no better. But watch the moon landing on your phone. Just Google it. Pull it up on YouTube and watch it. Tell me if that shit even remotely looks real to you.
So you believe they never even landed on the moon then?
They know they ain't never landed. They know that.
So what's the purpose of lying about that shit?
Because if you control everything around the masses of people, you control what people do. You control how people feel. You can control how they think. See, most people invoke their emotions on everything. Most 98% of people, when they see something, emotionally they get attached to it.
But what does going to the moon have like what
Well, at that
benefit do you?
time, you got to think it was a war going on.
Yeah.
So they had to distract people from something. Because you got to understand, at that time, that was when the Vietnam War was going on. And they actually started
But
showing
this
that shit on
and this
TV.
was way before the Seminole War, right?
The Seminole War, that shit happened in 1800.
Okay.
The Vietnam War was happening
And
live on TV. They really were showing people getting their shit blown up. And people were protesting against that. So let's distract them a little bit. Hey, we made it to the moon. That's
that's
bullshit.
like the dumbest shit ever to think about.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, man. When you
Cause I don't see what your benefit of like distracting. Like it wasn't really that much television. It wasn't like it's not like what we have today, the technology where I know what the fuck might be going on overseas somewhere. Like it's not like that. So I don't see the benefit of trying to. But
back then though, that's what they're trying to do. They trying to cultivate the world, and cultivate the mind and the masses of people. And so far, so I mean, for the most part, that's just what they've done. Like you look, man, you got TV stations, radio stations geared to a certain type of thinking. You don't have any neutral things out there that say, okay, look, this is the landscape of what's happening. Think how you want. Think about it how you will. There's no such thing as that. Everything is geared to some type of ideology of thinking. So if you don't think a certain type of way, you get outcasted.
you don't think you don't think that they're using the foods and like, because I was going back to what you were saying about the foods. You don't think they're using that stuff to kill us off to make more room for these robots and shit like that? Because I've heard that in the next certain amount of years, there won't be too many people on this earth anyway.
Well, that is not going to be too many people here. You got to understand this. People are lazy.
Are we talking about a specific gender or just everybody?
No, everybody. People are lazy. In some shape, form, or fashion, you're lazy in some aspect of your life. And with that, they take advantage of it. See,
So you don't feel
see, if you get provided convenience.
so you don't feel bad for the government jobs or the people that he's been firing.
Why? Why would you feel bad for that? Them people ain't got nothing to do with me.
Damn, Charleston White. All right.
No, they don't. They don't though. They don't. The people don't affect my everyday life. Because guess what? If I was losing my job, you think they was like, man, damn, man, that's fucked up. You lost your job. That's what I'm saying though. They invoking the emotional part of people.
But do you think?
Is it fucked up? Yeah. But
No, I'm saying like
about it.
Trump promised to create more jobs. Do you think firing these people is gonna help or do anything to create more jobs?
Hey,
I don't see that.
I work. I'm probably not supposed to say this. Say it anyway. Fuck it. If you ever worked in government, any form of it, city government, state government, federal government, man, 75% of them people still in the check. These are facts. I'm not, no bullshit.
He said these are facts.
If you ask anybody that work in government, I guarantee you, they know somebody that's there that's stealing a check.
You know, I heard a lot of people call into the Breakfast Club, but they called in anonymous, and I was like, why the fuck they keep doing it? And I kept wondering, and they was working at different parts of the state and different parts of, like, they might work in like the Department of Human Resources, but
75% of people, bro, stealing the check.
some
Bro.
of them didn't really feel bad for them people who got fired.
And listen, most of these people are the top. Are at the top of the organization.
Are stealing the money and
not stealing it physically. They're getting paid to do nothing. This is facts. I'm not, listen, I want to tell you something I didn't know. These are facts, man. Ask anybody that works in government. I guarantee you, it may be their supervisor.
But ain't that in like almost every field though, dog? That you got somebody somewhere that's just collecting the check, dog.
Not like government. Like in some jobs, you got people that's, but not like government. The government it's a different ballgame. Why you think these people stay in government for so long?
But you know what's so funny though? We say that the president is a puppet, but we also say what's gangster is going against the government, because the government was formed before the government was, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but was established in 1713, right?
No.
When was it?
1776.
Damn, I knew it was something like that. Okay. I don't know why I got 1713, but
that's when
around 1713 is when they had created. Was that around the time when they started just starting the new president stuff?
No, that's when they supposedly got their independence. That's when, yeah. But I think it was.
Was that the POW?
It was 1789. Is when George Washington became president.
Well, I thought it was way before that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, it was created. It wasn't like it was always here. This was created by a higher power. But to challenge that, I never thought because you always seen the Democrats, when the Democrats got into office, they had like they would never go against the government and what they would want it. I mean, if they wanted something, they would never go against the government and the higher power. What makes Trump so different that he could go against the higher power without any consequences?
They can't kill him like they used to. This is simple fact. They can't kill a nigga like they used to. There's too many cameras. JFK, they had motherfuckers on the grass recording all kind of shit, but the cameras was bullshit.
Bro, they got all these.
See a nigga like, hey, he got a gun.
Talking about.
Oh, but it was 1732 is when George Washington became.
We didn't heard stories of them got people that could come right by you and well, I guess it's like with the president, you can't get close to him. Not mine. Yeah, man, but with that amount of money, you think you would be able to get somebody that close to him? It's like he be out.
Well, you ain't finna get to no damn president like that.
Shit.
Only way they get to the president.
I'm not talking about from blood. I'm not talking about blood. I'm talking about people that got the money. The money that's over. As we say, he's the puppet. The people that run this motherfucker, the people that he going against. You telling me they ain't got enough power to go against him?
Well, you think that Trump just doing what he want to do because ain't nobody got him in their hand?
But who got him in his hand? Then I don't.
It don't really matter. I think right now this is just a fight between old money and new money.
Because people think Elon got him in his hand, but Elon ain't even got them. Elon got that type of money that we talking with. It comes to these families. So Elon's one person.
I don't think them families even. That's why I just told you. It's a fight between old and new money.
So you think it's a fight for power right now?
Yeah, between old and new money. Old money and new money, baby. But I think, see, honestly, they just create chaos anyway. It don't matter who in the White House is always going to be chaos in this country. I don't know if people noticed it. They had Obama in there. Guess what you had? Motherfuckers trying to come up to the White House to kill him. All this other kind of weird shit. It'll always be chaos, bro. Isn't that this country will never just be where it's like, all right, everybody is happy, everybody is, you know what I'm saying? It'll never be that. Like, think about it. Since you've been alive, think about it. It'll never be civilized chaos. That's why I don't even really pay attention to this shit now.
Was it? I'm trying to feel like, yeah, before we was alive, it like, since we've been alive, no. But before then, I don't think it was like that before then.
Even before then.
Unless it was behind closed doors. When you see these old clips of them having debates, it wasn't like that.
No, I'm just talking about in general, the whole country. I ain't talking about what they talking about on, the president's seat and all that type of shit. Nah, they weren't doing that back then because people had more moral code back then. Being the president actually stood for something. They ain't start goddamn throwing low balls and cheap shots until like, well, no, they was doing that shit. They did that shit back in Lincoln era too.
I was just about to say, yeah, Lincoln. They did Lincoln dirty, but
yeah. So man, this country will never be civilized. It'll never be where. Come on, bro. You look at it like it's always this red and blue thing that they got going on.
I don't think. Do you think? I don't see the Democrat, and that's another reason when I asked about that Trump being in office, because I don't see the Democrats rebounding how they like. Bro, this shit look pathetic.
They are pathetic.
That shit look terrible, bro. Like,
but that's the confusion, though. That's the confusion that's created.
That shit look so like it's like they battling with each other, while the Republicans on some. Even if they don't disagree, if they do disagree or agree, they still like whatever he's saying. They go with it. Apparently,
that's the game. That's the game. It's a trick. All this shit is a game.
But the crazy thing is, when I think about the Republican, is I always thought the Republican was so like into the stock market, but the way the stock market is going now, I'm looking for. I don't know what the fuck going on. How they
it's gonna level out. This shit happens all the time.
I never really seen it happen with them.
It happened with Bush.
I don't remember Bush like that. Yeah, only thing I remember to me with Bush, I feel like only thing I remember with Bush is Bush trying to benefit off that oil. That was his main thing to me.
It happened with Bush. It leveled out with Obama.
And his dad was probably worse than him. Way worse.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, everything's a game. This shit is so it's a game. It's like it's a trick, but it's not to the point where you won't die behind it. Like people died behind this shit. The games that the United States play, and they play a lot of games.
I feel like they'll set up civilians for their own benefit. That's what I feel about even with the Trump assassin. Like when they tried to shoot Trump, people was like, "Oh, somebody got shot," and I'm looking at it like, bro, these people have sent their military over other people's countries to kill innocent people. What makes you think they won't do this shit over here?
Well, you gotta understand this, man. Mind control is a real thing. That's been proven, right? The United States government they've been playing games since these people got over here. You know what I mean? They gave the indigenous people here smallpox. They put smallpox in their blankets, right?
They got sick, yeah.
Moved them off their land, pushed them out, called it the Trail of Tears, right?
When they left from Florida to Oklahoma.
supposedly.
Yeah.
Right?
But there was people already in Oklahoma though.
This is people already in this damn country, man. People already here. They just came in, did what they was gonna do, and did what they did, and they fucked over a lot of people, man. It's just how it works. And now we just sitting back, trying to pay attention to it. The red man, we lost. We was too friendly.
Do you feel like with people waking up now that it might be a change in the future with certain things?
Yeah, I think somebody gonna come up with something, put it together, and organize something. Yeah, it might be one of us here. You never know. I think people just got to get back to. I think people just got to get to get the understanding that this country is never gonna be what they want. That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. People got to understand that this country is never gonna be what you think it is, because say like me, right? I may want it to be a certain type of way. However, somebody close to me may want it to be another type of way. Is that gonna put us at odds? No. But you see what I'm saying?
Why can't we agree to disagree but still
It's
not?
because people deal with emotions. Emotions thrive people. Nobody's logically thinking.
Okay. Let me go to my. I ask you this question then, right? I think his name is Anthony Mason. You seen the clip where him talking about being a masculine man has been killed. Do you feel like
Anthony? You talking about Mackie? Talking about
the Captain American guy? I'll probably.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I got the dude's name wrong, man. I
fucked his name up, man. Butchered that man's name.
Zoned out, but what his name is?
Anthony Mackie.
Okay, cool. He was talking about masculinity being killed. And then I was watching the Joe Budden and podcast, and it just seemed like when I see black males and black male and black female talk on this subject, we are at odds. And I feel like that was the goal. Especially when it's still like, however you want to be a man, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever, fine with me. But it felt like being a traditional man nowadays is something wrong with that. It's not valued anymore. It's looked down upon. It's like I heard shit of a man standing on his morals and value being sassy. I don't understand why we take shit like that and we devalue shit, but it's okay for a man to be feminine. It's okay for a man to be in his feelings. It's okay for certain things. But if he stand on his morals and values, still on his principle, you devalue that.
I think this is you know what the issue is, bro.
About to go.
No, the issue is
What up, though?
The motherfuckers that do value this type of shit, they're not on the internet.
I probably can 100. Cause
look at the people that are having so these different conversations.
The things that's on the internet, it be so different. Like the vibes be different. Like everything just be different too. Like, bro, and I don't even go out like that. But
the people that are having these conversations, I want a traditional man, I want a traditional woman. The people that actually give a fuck about this type of stuff are not on the internet having these conversations.
Do you think
realize that? Like,
do you think it's a bad thing to have these conversations though?
But look who's having the conversations. It's motherfuckers who out partying all the time, who fucking different bitches all the time, who dealing with different men all the time. Like, these are the people that are having these conversations.
So it's being promoted.
And when they have the conversations, they're having the conversations online, and it make it look like everybody is having this issue in the black community. I hate even saying that shit.
But it seems like that's the only community that get pointed out in this. Like I don't know other community talking about this though, bro.
These motherfuckers are the only ones who having the conversation. They are only like you got these. You look,
but wasn't that the goal though?
Having it. Look at the people that's having these conversations.
But wasn't that the goal?
Isn't
that? And when I say that was the goal, it started even back with the government, and we go back from food stamp. It's just a new way of them separating us. The same way.
Listen. At this point in society,
it's being promoted though, bro. Like,
listen, look, listen. At this point in society, I'm asking you, do we see white people coming and pulling motherfuckers out their house, hanging them in trees and shit anymore? Is this happening? Are you reading about this in the news?
No, I ain't
not reading about this in the news. Are you seeing white people kicking motherfuckers out their establishment, talking about we don't want you eating here anymore?
I'm gonna say this real quick, cause hold up, real quick. I took my kids to the mall of Georgia. Then it was so many people there, but it wasn't no confusion. And I hate to say that shit. It was no like. It was peaceful, dog. I ain't see no NYs. When nobody loud arguing, you ain't see no like females searching for attention type vibe. It just was, and I hate to say that, but it was just totally different.
So when I'm saying this now, when I'm asking you these questions, I'm asking you this because, bro, we are doing this shit to ourselves at this point. Like, and when people say, when you got the Charleston Whites of the world who's saying, no, look in the mirror, look at what you're doing to yourself. Stop pointing the finger on the outside because these people are not fucking with you. You get what I'm saying? They're not. It's just not happening. Now you're gonna have people on TV. Hey man, black people, we don't do this, we don't do that. It's like, bro, these people are literally not fucking with you. Nobody is stopping you from going to get a job. Most niggas I know that's walking around don't got no jobs and all this type of shit. Them niggas ain't even got felonies on their record. Like, I'm being real with you, bro. Most of the young niggas I know, they haven't caught a felony yet. They just don't want to work.
You say they just don't want to work?
They don't want to work. They don't have no type of manly values about themselves. And
so
then
where do that come from then?
But then the men, right?
And
I can say myself too, the men aren't instilling this shit into these people. So like me, like for example, me, I'm not gonna say, but for me, like I got a little brother that's under me, right?
Shout out Darian.
Yeah, shout out little bro. That nigga doing good too, man. I fuck with that.
Yeah, man.
But I got a little brother under me. My little brother ain't got no daddy around. His daddy ain't shit. I don't even know if the nigga daddy want to talk to him or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's my responsibility to make sure this young nigga understand the value of hard work, working, doing shit yourself, getting shit taken care of. It's my responsibility to do that, regardless of what else is going on. So, and guess what? What else?
Why do you feel like that?
And guess what else is my responsibility? The young niggas that he bring around, that's my responsibility.
So you feel like it's all our, like the older cats, we're responsible to give back game and raise the kids and teach them better than what we saw.
Yeah, not even better. This is like teach them what you know.
I would say better because I know I was taught a lot of wrong shit. A
No,
lot of shit that
I'm
was.
talking a lot of wrong shit too, but it's about what I know. What do I know right now? So I'm teaching a nigga what I know. Hey, you go out and I'm not paying for shit. When you work for your own shit, you appreciate it more. You see what I'm saying? So any young nigga that he bring around, I'm giving them the same game. That's how it's supposed to be. I can't just say, this young nigga, man, hey, you bring the young nigga to my house, man. Like I can't do that because this young dude, he might not have a daddy either. But he see, oh shit, Darion over here kicking it. He kicking it the way he kick it. How is he getting to kick it like that? Oh, he lived with his brother. Oh, okay. So I want this young nigga to soak up game too. Because it was done for me. My cousin ain't have to do what he did for me, but he did it. And I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? To the fullest. So any young nigga that I'm around, no matter if I know him or not, if I'm connected to him in any shape, form, or fashion, I'm gonna kick him game. And
You know what? Sometimes the
I
problem
believe
though
that's
is.
our responsibility to do that. Huh?
You know what? Sometimes the problem is, and I've learned this too, is like certain shit that we pop now, that we know, the information we know, it don't come off as cool. So now you have to find a way to make it seem like to get them to understand that the situation what we thought was cool. Cause I had this I have flashback of my past life and I'm like, damn, sometimes I miss it, but I hate that because I knew it wasn't no good for me. You feel me? And it's
Mhm.
like what was taught and what was glorified and what was praised as cool wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And trying to get kids to understand that shit now, it's like, bro, it's like you see the cycle going on and on, and you see so many kids getting like they find shit and they just go with the trend. How would you go about trying to make something that ain't cool, or trying to get kids to understand that you don't have to fit in, or you don't have to go this way? You could be you and still make it cool and
You,
everything. You know,
you spend the time with him. You spend the time with him. Like my little brother, when he came up here, that nigga didn't think nothing I did was cool.
coming
Nothing.
from coming from the south side of Atlanta, or coming from our situation to Alabama, that's a whole two. That's a
Well,
whole.
well, not even that. It's just like shit. I want to be out here with my friends, hanging out, kicking it, smoking weed, and doing all this other type of shit. But then he started to see like, oh, a lot of that shit, a lot of that shit is stupid and bullshit. Like I can't just kick it in the house and have a girl come over here and chill. I'd rather be with a girl than with a bunch of niggas hanging out, doing nothing, smoking weed, looking at each other all day. You see what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
his whole demeanor has shifted just by being in the house with me. He in the house with me. He my homies come over, we kicking it, we all laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like
what what made you feel like you took on that responsibility?
it's
You
not me taking on it, it is my responsibility.
what makes you feel like that? Cause the only reason I asked that because it's not a lot of us that think like that. You feel
Well,
me?
because you gotta understand, the people that come up under you is a representation of you.
But
This is a
I,
fact. Whether it's your kids, your
I,
little brothers and sisters, whether it's your little cousins, all these people are a representation of you.
yeah, I know that. Trying to get them to understand that at this age.
Well, it ain't even trying to get them to understand it. You just gotta instill it. Like you gotta, you gotta promote the shit. Like it has to be it has to be a thing where it's like it's just second nature.
I think another thing, and I just want to speak to parents, is dealing with your kids being in a teenage age. you kind of like, if you want better from you, how can I don't know how to fucking say this without trying to go too deep in this shit. But don't put your past trauma on your kids. Don't put what you did in your life and what how you treated. I mean, how you grew up on your kid. And that's
Right.
I have a hard time with that sometimes. Like
But but they got their own experiences. They got their own life. Even your thought process has to be different. Like,
and it's a challenge. Like I'm not gonna lie. I have to work on my own self with that because sometimes I can be too strict. Sometimes I might be, or sometimes I might overthink something, or sometimes you know what I mean. I might overreact or something, but just off it's off childhood trauma and what I've done. I had to rethink this shit sometimes because it's like I'm living off thinking that they gonna do the same shit I did. But I'm praying and hoping that they listen to a lot of the shit I told them rather than doing something that I did.
well, that's where you see. This is what a lot of people fuck up with this, right? They think you have to start raising your kids once they hit like that preteen age. This is when you got to be like, oh, you all on top of them and making sure they're doing all this other type of stuff. Nah, you instill it. You instill cleaning up when they're young. When they able to walk around and pick their own toys up and shit and dump them out on the floor, you instill cleaning up then. You instill following directions then. You instill doing the necessary things that you're supposed to do during that time. So they understand it by the time they hit 13, 14 years old, you ain't got to say nothing. It's already instilled in them.
It depends on the child, bro. Cause I've seen parents do that.
You,
I seen parents do that. I've seen it.
listen, but see,
I've seen it.
listen. This is where they mess up. If you instill it in them then, and then you switch the game up when they become a preteen, because everybody get to thinking like, oh, uh, man, I was a teenager, so I knew I would do this. Just instill it. Once they hit 13, you're no longer raising. It's all about guidance. Now you just guide. You already did the instilling part in the younger years. You instill all of the values and everything that you want them to know from, let's say, 2.5, 3 years old to about 13. So that gives you 10 years of time. Instill everything you want them to know. They're supposed to take out the trash at a certain time. Go ahead and put it on there. If the trash full in the trash, hey, that trash need to be out. Go ahead and get them acclimated to that shit. So by the time they hit 15, 16 years old, all you got to be like, hey, what's up with this trash? They coming to get it. You see what I'm saying? It ain't even no question. It's like, oh shit, that I don't want that to be tripping on me. You already instilled it in. When it's something you told them not to do, or if it's don't make a big hassle of it. Hey, I told you not to do that, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So you punish kids by playing mind games. People think you got to beat the hell out of a child. That ain't gonna do nothing but send them deeper into where they want to go. Anyway, you play mind games with it. I told you not to go out the house, man. What you doing out there? All right. And then you hit them with something that they wouldn't expect. See, that's how you got to maneuver when you're dealing with teenagers, bro. Hit them with something they wouldn't expect. Don't even say nothing. Don't raise your voice. Don't get upset. Don't go crazy. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And just sit back and plot. Because guess what they gonna want to do? Something. Oh man, when I told you weren't supposed to be outside? Nope.
The only reason
try to see what happens.
No, I do that already. You ain't got to talk to me about that. I do that already. Believe me, I already do that. But I'm speaking, and when I speak for the kids that's in juvenile right now that might have had a parent. Cause I speak when I just speak, and then when I was around the kids when I was coaching basketball, you got some kids you could tell them all the same shit and instill it in son. I'm just meaning like if you raising them, it might be one that just be off the fucking wall and don't listen. Like that's all I'm saying. You got some that's like that.
That's only if it's your kids, it shouldn't be like that.
I seen it, bro. I seen people
But look,
with
this one
multiple
time tell
kids.
you have to see you have to not what this is what happens when people are raising children, right? You may have a child at 25, right? You turn around and have another child at 32. So the 25-year-old you may be a little more less aggressive or more aggressive than the 32-year-old you. So that's why it looks like that kid has they like, oh shit, daddy didn't do that. They gonna operate a little bit different because you're not as aggressive as you were at 32. I mean at 25. So yes, it's gonna look different in some shapes or fashion. But if you just stay consistent with everybody across the board, you ain't gonna have no changes. I promise you. Every kid is gonna fall in line. It's gonna be they're not gonna be able to help themselves. See, most motherfuckers they start changing when they get older. Just stay consistent. Don't change. Stay consistent with the parent.
I feel you on that because I don't know how I would be now if I had a child. Like if I had a baby,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of motherfuckers don't.
I wouldn't be able to yell at like how they get yelled at. I wouldn't have the energy.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't even got the energy to do it. Some motherfuckers ain't got the energy to do that shit.
That shit no more.
So baby be running around doing all kind of shit they ain't got no business doing.
But boy, they got away with a lot more than y'all. I promise you, they get away with probably a lot more than the other ones.
That's what I'm saying. That's how it happens. If this shit ain't rocket science, you just gotta stay consistent. If you stay consistent, everybody's gonna fall in line. Just stay consistent with what you're doing. Like me, I didn't have kids when I was young. So if I have a kid in the next 2 or 3 years, guess what? If I have another one in 2 or 3 years after that, I'm still gonna be consistently where I'm at because I got the same mind frame. My kids are not gonna. I'm not gonna deviate from how I do anything because I have the same mind frame that I'm gonna have. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna adjust that shit. It's gonna be the same.
Do you see yourself having kids in the next few years?
No, but who gives a fuck? I don't care. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, oh well, fuck it.
You don't think about your legacy.
I'm gone. Fuck a legacy.
Why you kick it like that, dog? Like
I'm gone, bro. What? I'm gone. Like,
but you leave a part of you here.
I don't give a fuck about that. To be honest. I done had this conversation over and over again. I had this conversation earlier this morning. I don't give a fuck about that.
Why, bro?
I don't. What does it matter?
It's you. You don't care about yourself enough to leave a part of you in this world to create whatever your legacy is, dog. Mm-hmm. You doing all this hard work. Let me ask you this, dog. You're very intelligent. You could do a lot, but why the fuck don't you care? I honestly, I'm just asking because I feel like you could do so much, but you don't care. But you just said I was our responsibility for these kids, and you could use that as your legacy too. But you don't care.
Hopefully, when I'm gone, my little brother say, "Hey, my brother did this for me," and pass that shit down. But I don't. If he don't do it, I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, I'm gone, bro. Ain't nothing I can do. I ain't changed the shit yet. I'm gone. I don't give a fuck about that shit. So kids, no kids, whatever. Fuck it.
I don't know, bro. I worked this hard. I hope my kids keep my legacy on.
I don't even give a fuck. Because it ain't like then what? What after that? Do my name get cemented in the sky? Like I don't give a fuck, to be honest. If I have a kid, my mindset may change, but man, I don't give a fuck about that shit.
You selfish.
I'm dead and gone,
You
man.
you se- you selfish, ain't you? When it
Uh,
comes to shit. You selfish when it comes to certain shit, huh?
nah, I'm just self. I mean, ain't no wrong with that. I'm just. I just
Nah, it
don't
ain't.
care.
That,
I don't care enough. Like you know how many bitches I could have been on knocked up and had babies with. You know how many bitches want to have my baby right now?
I wouldn't even wish that shit on you, dog.
I don't
Be
care.
real shit. I would hope you be married, and that's just me being a brother. Like I wouldn't want to see you have no child or wedlock and go through none of the shit I went through. Even
Yeah,
if you say you're not, I still wouldn't want to see it happen.
nah. I mean, it's just this. Like at this point in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I could care less about that type of shit. Like kids and even the family thing. Like, bro, it's gonna take a hell of a woman to move me off of this task where I'm at right now. Like, well, my mindset. It's gonna take a hell of a woman to do that. And not
You
saying
just
she got to be perfect and come with all these the dope ass qualities. I'm just saying like you got to get me to say, hey, I wanna be with you long term. I want to deal with you long term. And the mind frame I'm in right now, like I bro, I don't care. To be honest, like I said, after this last situation I dealt with, it's just like why even why what are we doing this for? You know what I'm saying? Like what am I doing this for?
so that's funny you say that shit because you always telling me to fucking test the waters and shit like that, and I tell you all the time I don't really care about that shit no more. I
No,
be
but
like, shit.
not test the waters, nigga. You actually got to deal with somebody to be testing the waters. Like I'm saying, I ain't dealing with no bitches. Like I'm dealing with plenty of them. But it's like, nigga,
I
if
mean,
you
I'm
want
just
to deal with
private,
me,
dog.
I
Remember,
don't know.
remember the old me that used to spaz all the fucking time. I'm just very private now, dog. Like I just don't. And it's like, bro, I'm this shit, bro. Like it's just certain shit that turn me off fast, and I don't know why. I can't. Now it's not like I be trying, but it's just certain shit. Like I don't be having time for. I don't be feeling like dealing with the childish shit. And maybe I just got boring, dog. Like I don't be on that shit, bro. Like I'm be on vibe. Like I don't drink. All I do is smoke. Like I don't drink. It's like I don't be want to go out. I don't want to be in no like around a whole bunch of people because half these people don't be want to know how to act. Even if you go to like certain places like a lounge, it ain't me no more, dog. I tapped out all that shit. Done all that shit since we was young, bro. You
Yeah,
been
but
with me.
I, I I I don't go out no more either. But if I do go out,
Like,
I be kicking it. I ain't going nowhere where it's gonna be like, I see y'all niggas and shit hanging out. I ain't doing that.
it's not
I
even
go
that.
out and kick it though. Like I ain't opposed to that. I just
It's
saying
not even.
like as far as just the whole that whole family tip deal. Like, do I want to do it? Yeah, it's cool, but
Like I want that, but I don't want to. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like I battle. I don't. I have to battle with my black queens too fucking much, and I get tired of that.
I don't be
You
calling them hoes no queens.
man, look man,
You don't battle with queens. Nah,
man,
man, fuck that.
man, all black females are queens,
Nah,
bro.
hell nah. Some of them hoes is hoes. Some of them hoes is bitches. And then you got good, smooth
Some of
ladies.
them are just nah. I just feel like some people are just lost in the like of the reality of what they or they just stuck in the environment of their mindset. Cause you gotta I can't speak on you, but I was lost in that world one time.
Yeah, man, y'all got to get out of that shit. Y'all, I don't know.
So
I be talking to a lot of niggas, man. Y'all be coming across some terrible ass. I don't know what y'all be dealing with, but
bro,
me, like, I got
my,
homegirls. I got homegirls that I could really date if I wanted. Like, if I wanted to cross that threshold with them, I could really date them, and I know it'd be like this fantastic thing. But I just don't want to cross the threshold with.
I've I've done that and I've ruined. It's one girl. I damn that's crazy. I promise myself I never talk about this shit on live, but It's one girl that I fucked up our friendship so bad, and I think we cool now, but we don't talk like we used to. And I ain't gonna say her name, but if she ever see this, she came and see me when I was like in that mental rehab. She came and see me, and I always told myself, bro, like when a girl, like for her to do that, to see me at my lowest, bro, she just meant something to me. You feel me? So it's like that's one friendship that I wish I had back. And it ain't even had to be on nothing. She just was different. You feel me? Like, and I don't really get that vibe with females no more. You feel me? And I probably like if we ever did cross that line, I don't know. Like I probably wouldn't even try it. Like I wouldn't even go that way with her. I would just want to see her happy. But all the rest of these motherfuckers I ran into, a lot of them, bro. I admit that I don't know what I be running across sometimes, dog. But I can also blame. It's a lot of shit that I post that bring that type of attraction too. So I gotta put myself on the blame with certain shit that I have attracted. But damn,
Yeah, man. I mean, you just gotta.
you feel me? Like, and a lot of shit, it's probably my fault too. Like being immature, be something, some of that shit is probably my fault.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Most of the time, it is our fault.
Nine
I
out of
only
10,
had one situation that was really like my fault. All the rest of these hoes.
bro. Don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
I
But
ain't
I
shit.
want you. If you feel like you got homegirls, right? That's like, or you feel like they could be the one. Why not even try it?
You say if I feel like they could be the one, why not try it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Cause see, at least you know that they could be the one. I ain't even said that shit.
I just don't want to cross that threshold with them because it just kind of. Well, some of them got kids and shit too, so I just
Hold up, time out. So you don't want to date a female with kids?
not really.
Why? Why? You don't even want kids like that. Don't even matter to you.
No, but I still if I'm gonna do it, I want to. If I'm gonna have a kid, I want to
I,
be like my
I,
first one and her first one. I don't
you
want
want
to
to?
be like.
So you want your first kid to be?
That's just hypothetically speaking, but most of them, like I say, like most of them got kids.
What if she got one?
I don't care about one. I don't care about how many kids she got. It's just that shit comes with a different type of
Package.
not even baggage. It comes with a different type of responsibility, which I'm not opposed to taking on. It's just I'm not taking on a responsibility that I don't have to take. You see what I'm saying?
I can get that.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have to be responsible for anybody's child. You know what I mean? But if you put yourself in and people are like, well, she take her own kids. But if I put myself in the space of
All
being
right, TK Kirtland.
I'm gonna be responsible for that. You see what I'm saying? And if I don't have to do it, then why would I add something that I don't have to do? That's just me
What is
personally.
she a good woman? Oh,
All of them be good. All my homegirls be good women. Like I'm telling you, like I have a lot of homegirls that's like they fine and they real good girls. They run into some bullshit niggas off the tee, but
yeah, I heard some stories too. I heard, and don't get me wrong, I did some fucked up shit too. But boy, I heard some stories.
nah, boy, you ain't never did no shit like these niggas. Boy, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that, but these niggas be on some crazy shit. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't do it.
It depends on what you talking about, how crazy it is. Cause I ain't finna do no sucker shit. Like it's just certain shit.
It don't be sucking shit. It just be it's just nigga shit. It's nigga shit. It's shit that niggas try
I
to
don't
do.
know, bro. You know my past, dog. You know a lot of my past, so I
That's why I
can't
said
say.
I ain't gonna speak for you, but I know niggas who, it's just nigga shit.
Oh
I wouldn't
shit!
do it. I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't do it. When it comes to me and being in a relationship, as
You
long as
act like you just always been that one woman type in a relationship, bro. I know you since seventh
I
grade.
have, I don't deal with multiple women when I'm dealing with one.
Nigga, when? Maybe in college. I
Have
don't
not.
remember it in when we was in these 7 through 12. I don't remember none of
I
that.
had no girlfriend in them damn years.
You ain't talking to nobody in high school, bro.
I didn't have any girlfriends.
That's what I mean when I say talk to.
No, I ain't have a girlfriend. My first girlfriend was in college.
So I guess you don't count the little shit in middle school, then, huh?
Like, hell, nah. What the fuck I'm counting that?
So why? That's like
That shit don't mean nothing.
on. You say what?
That shit don't mean nothing. Like,
I get you. I get with that. I
but
mean,
yeah, that I'm telling you, my only girlfriend was Keisha. That was it. And the only reason I count that is because we spent a substantial amount of time. To where it's like, yes, I'm obligated to you.
I feel like that girl did something to you, bro, that you really you could say that you're not looking for, but I feel like
Who?
Keisha, like I
I
think
fucked
that
that situation up. I always said that.
you ain't. It's like, but and it's like you don't want to. It's like you don't care to recover from that at all, or you're looking for that still, and you don't want to admit
No,
that.
I'm not. I'm not looking for that. I understand that. I'm. That's lightning in the bottle. You'll never get that. I just didn't know what to do with it at the
I
time.
don't want to say that you'll never get that again, bro.
Man,
Like,
you'll
cause I
never get this shit again, man. There ain't nobody. You can't. Ain't no girl can come around and do the same shit that she did. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to deal with
so now
whatever.
you saying, all right, then. So that's like when I say the same shit I be saying. Like that's not the case. Like you say, all black females, all black women ain't the same. You don't know that a girl won't come in there and do the same thing, or even do more, or add value to you.
I didn't say that. I said she not gonna
You
do.
just said, nigga. You just said ain't nobody coming
Listen,
around doing that.
listen, brother. I said I'm not going to get that girl again.
Nah, not
I
talking
might
about
get
her.
a bitch who come in and do more.
Nah, well, I'm not talking. She's doing her. So I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying from a
That's what
different
I'm saying.
female.
You'll never get that. You'll never recapture that again in life. And when you post this, I want you to clip this part up too. I never get that back again. This part right here. I never get that situation back again. It never happened.
I feel like you could get something better, dog, as time grows.
I probably could get something better, but I never had that.
And that's not no diss to her. I just always feel I want to see my bros be happy. So I don't want you to just like a lot of time when we say we'll never get that back, like that's just to me that's like saying I can't find nothing like that again.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that girl, that particular situation, you'll never get that back. That's a different type of. That was a different type of situation.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I wonder what that feel like.
Because it shit wasn't hindsight. Because back then, like I didn't. It felt terrible back then. It felt like
you brought her around the family, and
yeah, it felt terrible back then. It felt terrible. It felt like
what felt like
she was moving a little slower than I. No, I ain't even gonna say that. I was gonna. I
thought you said you wasn't where she was.
Yeah, I didn't understand what I needed from a woman at that time. That's all.
I don't
And
think
she was giving me exactly what I needed.
I don't think a lot of men understand that because do we really get taught what a man needs? Because when we grow up, and I'm just speaking from a single parent home, a lot of times you get to see your mother saying a man ain't shit or he ain't this, he ain't that. It's like
you don't even get most niggas don't even get to see that. You just don't see nothing. it ain't that you see.
And I don't know if that's even worse then.
Yeah, you just don't see nothing.
Seeing nothing or seeing somebody downplay them.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is worse.
So when you don't see nothing, it makes it hard for you to understand what you actually need or what a man needs in the situation. Like to be honest with you, that girl was like Keisha was she was a perfect example of she was a perfect example of a traditional woman at that time. But me thinking I needed something else at that time was the issue. And not that I went off and tried to find something else because shit, I just dated this last girl maybe 6 months. I think we was dating about 6 months or whatever.
I told you that shit wasn't gonna work out.
I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna work either, but you just try to
Y'all mindset was too different.
you just try to push it.
You better than me. You give it a chance. Like I can give you that, bro. Like you'll give it a chance.
It ain't even that I gave it a chance. I actually gave her too long of an opportunity.
That's giving her a chance.
It was just too long. I waited too long. I should have ended it when I ended it, and then I was like, you know what, man, let's try to make it work. But it should have ended when I ended it the first time. I should have just left it alone then. But anyway, but yeah, Keisha she is exactly what a nigga need at this moment in time in life. So if I would have just waited to this moment in time in life, I would be in probably a cool little situation right now. But, it is.
All right then, bro. I ain't gonna keep you much longer, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, dog. I gotta get to work later.
All right, my boy.
All right, bro.
I'm probably gonna shoot my next episode tonight. Shit.
All right, bro. Let me know, bro, so I can look at it.
All right, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put this shit on. I know how to do it. I just gotta do it.
You be doing some like I watching one of your old videos. You be doing. I gotta see how y'all niggas be doing this editing shit. Like I be doing it, but I be trying to learn how to get better at that.
I just gotta get my another laptop. Once I get my other laptop, nigga, I'm gonna be.
I think I'm gonna give me a desktop. I want to start streaming to my playing the game and stream, but I think I'm gonna get a desktop. But I want to get another camera too. Like I just got so much shit I want to do.
Yeah, that's all it is. It like once I get the new laptop, new Mac, I'll be able to stream, edit. I'd be my cuts and shit be fire. I put that shit together. I can't even lie. I had to break myself.
This nigga right here.
That shit be cold, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna hit you up.
All right, boss.
All right, bro.
Oh, with your boy, man. Tell Vaughn I said what's up, man. Tell the other babies I said what's the deal.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right.